Okay, morning all, away goes Kenneth. Warm welcome to the Jimmy Young programme, where today...
He was known to his listeners simply as JY, and for decades his affable style embodied the homeliness of Radio 2. Leslie Ronald Young was born in the Forest of Dean and left school at 15 to join the RAF. After 7 years, he left to become a singer and reached #1 3 times in the 1950s, until rock and roll put paid to his career.
Bill Haley had arrived, and of course that was the end of ballad singing, and we were gone. And I never had another hit until 1962. But fortunately, in the meantime, I'd done 2 weeks of Housewife's Choice in 1960, and this led into disc jockeying, and away I went. I was talking instead of singing.
And could you give me a loud ding on your glorious golden digger? Because I'm 21 today.
He spent 6 years at Radio 1 before finding a more natural home at Radio 2 in 1973. The JY prog was a cosy mixture of music, consumer information and tasty tips.
How extraordinary that you should ask that, Raimondo.
It was his own idea to add a political interview to the programme. It worked. Prime Ministers became regular studio guests. No general election was truly over until the candidates had done a turn on the Jimmy Young Show. Some said he was a soft touch. He denied it.
One day, Mrs. Thatcher was in, and Bernard Ingham, who, as you know, was her guru. Bernard took me one side, and Bernard said, "You've never been soft, you know." He said, "The interesting thing is that you dig deeper when you're interviewing Thatcher than anybody else does, and consequently you get more out of her than anybody else does. And that's why I always press her to do your programme." And I thought, that's it, Jim.
That was Buddy Holly.
He always said he asked the questions ordinary people wanted to hear, and it was his special relationship with ordinary people that made Jimmy Young such a popular figure.